retards, and welcome back to the final segment of Magic Kool-Aid 12. And our final retard this evening is a Startard, and her name's Elena Andromeda. And somehow I did not know of her existence. We're going to remedy that, okay? So this video is called Empaths Stop Over-Giving and Learn to Receive. This is how not to get depleted. Empaths, as we all know, are malignant narcissists, and I don't think that overgiving is their problem. I think coming up with excuses for why they don't want to overgive is probably their actual problem. But let's just take a look at Elena's channel here before we get started. See what she's all about. Before we even look at the videos, yes, I am getting better at this. We're going to take a look at her website, Alchemical Shamanism. Bridging Heaven and Earth, Services, Spiritual Life Coaching, 45-minute session, $75. That's pretty good. 1 hour and 30 minutes, 120. Bundle of 3 45-minute sessions. It's funny because she does the bundle, because after an hour and a half, she's like, oh, I can't keep making this shit up. I gotta stop. I'm running out of shit to say. That's why she does bundles. That's why she won't go over an hour and a half, okay? It's because it's really hard to bullshit for that long with a total stranger who may very well be wary of your motives. And they definitely will be if they've seen this video. Also, she offers remote chakra balancing sessions for only $85. Healing bundles. Ooh, all 7 chakras in-depth healing sessions, only $300? What a deal! You can get all 7 of your chakras healed. All you need to do is actually work for money and then give it to her. Let her know which chakras you would like to work on after you pay, if you don't want all 7 though, okay? She needs to know which chakras to pretend to heal. Bullshit, 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 selling shit, all crap from Etsy. So way to go. You should be embarrassed. But you're not, because you have no shame. So all that being said, let's watch this video. Empaths, stop over-giving and learn to receive. I don't think you're over-giving anything on your website where you charge people hundreds of dollars to cleanse their chakras. In fact, I think you might be over-receiving. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Beware, everyone. Scammer. Look at that smiling scammer face.
Beautiful friends,
Hi, beautiful friends. I'm a scammer, and I like to take money from mentally ill people so I can pretend to solve their problems, but in actuality, probably make them worse. Did you know that these people leave collateral damage in their lives based on the shitty advice I give them? Oh well, I don't give a fuck. All I give a fuck about is money.
This is Elena.
Hey, Elena.
The topic that I have today is of empathic people and the phenomenon of overgiving.
Yeah, she's given a lot, guys.
And the difficulty that many of us have with actually receiving in our lives. You see, the thing is that as empaths in our families of origin,
you're not a psychic.
We often may have
you're not
been
a
in
Starseed.
a situation where
you're a
we
fucking
kind of fell
scammer.
into the role as the energetic cleanup crew for our family. So what this looked like is that we would subconsciously notice that there may have been discordant energy around someone in our lives. Could be a mother, father, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, whatever. And we would just instinctually, due to the fact that we are highly sensitive and that we maybe have healing abilities,
you don't have any healing
feel
abilities.
Drawn to
you
fixing that other person.
Okay, if your mother or father is suffering, or your brother or sister, you may feel drawn to try to help them. But don't try to help them too much, even though they're your own fucking bloodline. Nope. Because you don't want to give too much of your energy away. So when your family members ask you for help, why don't you just tell them to go fuck themselves? Because you're an empath and you're overly sensitive and you just can't handle all their negative energy. By the way, I'm totally not a narcissistic bitch.
Or dealing with their energy, becoming a dumping ground for their energy. Or possibly like trying to heal them or fix their problems.
Oh, how do you try to heal people? I'm just curious because when I think of healing people who are suffering emotional discord, I think of giving them rational advice. What do you do to help heal people? Do you tell them about Arcturus and chakras and prana? Is that your attempt to heal people? And you know what? I'm not surprised that your family would be suffering from any kind of discord because they produced you. So it must not have been that fertile ground to grow a human being out of in the first place.
Please them. Yes, in a lot
That
of
was
ways,
really low.
we
I'm
become
sorry.
people pleasers as
Maybe you're
empaths
just
because
insane.
we are always trying to
Or twisted and evil
smooth
in
the
your own
energy
volition.
around us that we might find is discordant. And discordant energy actually
We're always trying to smooth the energy around us. Translation: I'm a narcissistic egomaniac control freak who tries to manipulate others into behaving the way I want so that I can feel special and empowered. There you go, guys. That's what she meant by that sentence.
ends up being very painful to our empathic nervous systems. And
It's very anxiety inducing when people don't buy my bullshit, so I just like to shut them off. Anyone who questions me, I am not going to give them any more of my empathic healing powers. They don't want your powers, okay?
basically our spirits, because we sometimes have very porous boundaries. Or actually, if we're empaths,
You have no boundaries.
we pretty much always have porous boundaries.
Porous boundaries. You know what? Having no boundaries is another sign of a narcissistic egomaniac. You're hitting all the bells. You're ringing every fucking one of them. I'm checking off the list. I'm going down. You haven't missed a single thing so far. Something tells me that I'm right about you.
With other human beings until we learn to become grounded and surrounded with, our own energy shields, or, however we choose to deal with this energy that is coming towards us. And as awakened empaths,
You're an awakened
hopefully
empath. Listen
we
to this
should be
crazy
here
lady.
learning tools about how we don't need to be responsible for other people's
As an awakened empath, that means as an in-denial narcissist. That's what that really means, okay?
energy, and how we can actually choose to come within ourselves and focus on ourselves first before we try to interact with others. Or
Now we're hearing some fucking drivel about how you should focus on yourself. This is what all of the empaths do, okay? They say they're too sensitive to deal with other people. They really just need to focus on their own sensitivity. You are a stone cold narcissist, and you're charging people $300 an hour for you to brainwash them to feel less guilty about their own narcissism. So transparent, so easy to see. It's actually, I was going to say it's an embarrassment to the human race, but I feel like I overused that line. So instead what I'm going to say is, no, I'm going to stick with that one.
smooth anyone's energy in any way, either consciously or subconsciously. So this is what an awakened empath is.
An awakened empath.
So due
How
to
fucking
our
embarrassing.
upbringing, it is often very...
Can you imagine those of you who are not mentally ill, just knowing that, like, let's say years past, you had put up a video with your face just telling everybody that you're a fucking awakened empath. You're not awake at all. You're not even self-aware. You have no idea that we can all see you're just a fucking narcissist. You have no idea. How could you possibly be awake when you go around telling people that you have magic powers? You are about as asleep as they come. You're not living in reality. You're living in a fantasy land. You're embarrassing yourself and everyone who knows you. But worse than that, you're embarrassing humanity. And yes, I just repeated that exact same insult twice after I had some issue with even saying it in the first place. That's how embarrassing you are, okay?
difficult for us to feel
Actually, I'm just
okay
running out
in
of
the
material.
role of
That's really what's happening here.
receiver, of being able to celebrate our accomplishments, to receive gifts, to receive it.
Feel okay when people give you things. You shouldn't feel bad about it. Withdraw from everyone else and then just feel happy when you receive things like $300 for a fucking chakra healing session because you deserve it, because you're a healer.
Etc. And so
Psychopath.
what ends up happening is that
You
sometimes
should be
this actually
forcibly
can cause
medicated
us to
because you're a
get into
threat
relationships
to
where
society.
we wish that someone might love us enough to do these things, to give to us, to, give us energy in some way. But empaths, if there's one thing that I could empower you to do this week, this month, this year, for the rest of your life, it would be to
Stop
learn
giving
how
me
to
money.
receive. Because the world isn't really served when we do all this work and we create all of this beautiful energy.
The complex reasoning for her to not feel guilty about receiving gifts while shutting her own family members out of her life because they're too much of an emotional drain on her magic powers is just hilarious! You are not aware of yourself at all, really, Elena. I hope this video actually does wake you up a little bit because you look like a selfish, overgrown teenage brat. That's how your mind is operating here. And why don't you just admit to all of us that that's what you are? And then I won't have to make videos like this to expose you. Okay? Now, that being said, I am kind of running out of steam. And Elena, I think, has gotten a hard enough introductory bitch slap to Omni Eros. So we're going to end the show. I'm going to end it. And I hope you enjoyed. And I hope that you realize exactly at what point the energy drinks kicked in. Okay? I love you all. I love you whether you go and give $5 a month to my Patreon to get my secret shows. I don't care either way. I still love you. Although I might love you a little more if you do it. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Adios.